Hold on. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. This is not your first time. Thank you for coming back. I'm exhausted, but not really. I don't know. um, okay. Anyways. Okay. Let me I am just okay. So I'm going to do a reading really quick. I have class to teach in a little bit. Oh, that's not it. I have class to teach in a little bit, so I better hurry it up. Okay. So, really, really quick, I want you guys to be reminded I still have this raffle going on. And if you would like to win this 2-hour meditative experience with me, go check it out at soulworksynergistics.com/raffle. I also invite you to consider helping us to build a sanctuary. This is not an online, a real life campus where we're trying to build an eco village. If you'd like to support that, any amount helps. Go to soulworksynergistics.com/sanctuary. If you would like to book a private session with me because you like my cray cray, okay. I mean, some people do. That's not a bad thing. You have good taste in people. I'm just saying. You go to soulworksynergistics.com/Emma-services. Yeah, I have tons of different types of service that you could. I don't like to see this part in my hair. I don't want to be stuck with a part like that. If you would like to purchase a private session with me, if you like to book one, just go to soulworksynergistics.com/Emmy-services. All right. If you would like some guidance, we're doing this series called Dear Emmy. This is not for a free private reading. This is just as it sounds. You write in and I read your question while I'm live. It's a series that we're going to be launching soon. Check it out. Check it out. So today's reading. Okay. No longer able to deny it. I don't know what they're not able to deny anymore. I'm just going to tie my hair up because I just had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough of the messiness. I don't even want it on me right now. I've had enough. So let me tie it up all messy like, because that's what we do. Okay. All right. Someone's no longer able to deny it. I don't know what they're not able to deny, but they're not able to deny it anymore. So we're going to do a reading on it. Okay. We're going to do a reading. Oh my gosh. Ooh, you were at the fire ceremony, Lisa. You guys are beasts. I was live for 6 hours last night. 6 hours. And quite a few of you were there till like the bitter end. It wasn't bitter, but Let me pull these cards. All right. I'm really feeling my 2 new decks. Okay. Let's see what's happening here. Ooh, I feel something. I feel something. I really do. I feel something right now. I don't know what it is. I don't think I'm trying to feel it, is what it is. I think I'm trying to ignore. All right. And then, of course, my handy dandy purple deck. Almost there. We're almost there. So we're trying to know, what is this that is trying so hard to get your attention? That's what I feel. It's like trying so hard to get your attention. And it's just, I don't know. My head feels exposed. I think I need a hat. I don't have one here. Darnia. That's okay. All right. So this is stemming from a winter that was upside down, right? Something happened. It has this is the same reading again. Aw. Oh. Okay. Something happened in winter and it went upside down for someone. Okay. It went upside down for someone and I don't know, I guess whoever this someone is really just I don't know, like maybe wanting an opportunity to correct whatever it is they did, right? Whatever it is they did, they want to correct it. And I don't know that they can correct it. I don't know how much has gone on between the two of you that it would be something that is fixable. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to use my hoodie because then see look, it feels like my neck is being squished. And ha, here. All right. Okay. This is here. Here we go. My hand dandy hat. All right. Okay. I can relax now. They're trying to fix something. They feel very insecure at this point. They're feeling very insecure about decisions they've made. They don't know if you're going to be receptive to this. They don't know if they just don't know. They're feeling very unsure. Their sense of security, their sense of self, they just don't know. They don't know. Okay. Alchemist. Ooh, this is going to make you or them become a full-on alchemist. You're going to go from an initiate state into a full-on adept, right? You're going to become adept with alchemy. This has to do with neutralizing undesirable outcomes. They're going to figure out how to neutralize undesirable outcomes and basically, finagle it. Finagle. I hear they're going to get their way. I don't know what that means. Michael says, you don't know what that means. I don't want to know what that means. But that's what I hear, that they're going to get their way. Whatever that means to you, that's what it means. So fertility, this is a lack of creation right now. They're not, or you're not, whoever is not able to create a different type of circumstance. More energy needs to be accrued. So the solar eclipse that we just passed yesterday, that was a lot of energy, like a lot of energy. Most of the people that I worked on ended up getting super dizzy, you know. So that's a lot of energy to work with. And it's this sense of that can be used to work this out. But the uncertainty is what's causing the uncertainty is what's causing the delay in working things through, like within thoughts, right? I feel like I'm not making sense. I feel like I'm totally not making sense. Um, how okay, let me hold on. Mhm. Okay, so they're in an incubation period and not wanting to cross boundaries, right? So they're in an incubation period. They're really, really thinking about however it is they're going to approach this. I don't know what this is. Probably how they're going to approach you. Whatever it is they think of doing, it's going to be prosperous. It's going to work. Now, This involves energetic processes, a hand fasting, like a reunification, holding hands through something in order to stabilize. There's a need for stability to be reestablished. I believe in their life, probably also in yours. This stability is an energetic one. It's not just a romantic reading. This has to do so much with energy. Okay. If you are able to allow yourself to go through this process with minimal like interference from you, minimal resistance from you, then this stability comes a lot faster, like a lot faster. But it's kind of like one of those things where you have to first become destabilized in order to be properly stabilized, is a sense that I get. It's weird. It's weird. So balance and grounding. Things are going to need to get balanced. It's making my asthma act up. This whole thing is making my asthma act up. I don't know. It's really this sense of like so much having gone on, and there's just so much that needs to be recalibrated and corrected that it's a very daunting task, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible so long as a commitment to the correction of the things that went ugly is actually made. Like you have to commit to doing this. You can't keep being wishy-washy, because if you're going to keep being wishy-washy, this whole thing is going to just be ugly, right? I think it's been ugly. I mean, who knows? Maybe it has. Maybe it's been so ugly. I don't know. Probably. Michael's like, do you think it's ugly? Kind of. He says, do you want to rethink that? Not really. That made him laugh. I know I'm funny today, right? He goes, not really. Whatever. I'm funny every day. You just don't have a sense of humor. When was the last time you laughed? He's like, exactly. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's, let's see this. Uh-huh. I love me some tropical people. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. A nice toasty brown skin. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. The world. Completion, recognition, fulfillment, triumph, and celebration. So it's co-signed by creation. They're gonna be able to overcome whatever this is. So it says Hinemoa Tutanake. Kai. Tutanakai. Hinemoa and Tutanakai. The world is a happily ever after ending following a difficult journey. Hinemoa and Tutanakai represent the victorious conclusion, a positive outcome most desired. However, a conclusion also heralds the start of a new journey. See that? I like tropical guys. I'm just saying. Okay, 8 of Wands. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Lethargy, delays, bad timing, slowness, frustration. It's this thing of like, sometimes people just have really bad timing because they like dilly-dally far too much. They totally take their time because they're so unsure of certain things. And instead of arriving at the time they're meant to arrive, a time that would facilitate the successful outcome that they are working towards, instead They wait, and then that messes up the whole experience for them. But that's their choice, right? That's their choice. Um, like for me, once I decide something, I actually do it. Once I decide something, I literally actually do it, and everything happens real fast. And ocean lover. Michael goes, "Don't read that. Don't read that. Don't read that." She says, "I thought she was going to ask him, when was the last time you moved your bowels?" He has an impaction. He has a bowel. He has compacted bowels. The way he conducts himself, his bowels are compacted. Impacted, compacted, I don't know. Um, yeah, so it's kind of like, you need to wait, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, delays, bad timing, slowness, frustration. They're just adding to their own frustration because they're like they're trying to plan everything out, right? They're trying to plan everything out. They're trying to make it so that it's like perfect. It has to be done perfectly. Here's the thing. You can't control another person. So, whether or not you plan everything perfectly, all the details, you literally cannot control another person. So, the main thing that you're trying to control is the one thing you can never control. So, what's that mean? What's the point of planning shit? What is the point of planning things when the one thing you're trying to pre plan in order to control an outcome cannot be pre planned? There's no point. You're just wasting your time. You're creating more drama. Okay, for example, we're going to use my brother as an example. He's having all of these, well, he was having all of these health issues, right? And it was kind of becoming severe. Like, bro, I think you need to go to the ER. Like, literally, I think you need to go to the ER just to make sure everything is fine and that whatever's going on is not affecting your heart. And he dragged this out for like, oh, I want to say, like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? He literally dragged it out. He legit thought he was dying for like 2 weeks. For like 2 weeks. For real. I'm laughing now. I was really pissed off when it was happening. Like, well, why do I care then? If you don't care, why do I care? I was so frustrated. But see, I can't control that. I cannot control that. Nor could he control what was going on with his health. Eventually, it got so bad that he was like, "Okay, I think I'm gonna go to the ER now." 2 weeks later, so he's gonna go to the ER, and we all knew he's gonna have to be observed overnight to make sure everything's okay. And the next day, he calls me and he's all nonchalant. His heart's completely fine. All it was some bronchitis that was developing because he caught COVID. And it wasn't even too serious. It's just like all he needed was inhalers. He punished himself for 2 fucking weeks, struggling so badly, thinking he was dying for 2 weeks. I mean, granted, it didn't help that I was like, "You gonna die." Every time I talk to him, did you go yet? No? Okay, well, you're gonna die. I kept saying that to him because I don't play that shit. Just go and get checked. Just go and get checked. He dragged that out for 2 weeks or maybe a week and a half. I don't know, but it was a long time. I was just like, motherfucker, I swear to God, I'm about to fly to California and just really I'm about to say stuff. I'm about to call 911 myself. It was just bronchitis, right? He had inflamed bronchioles. I just needed some steroidal treatment, inhaled steroids. It wasn't that serious. Now, when you continue to drag things, it becomes that much worse. It becomes that much worse. So, like, there's times where I've told yeah, it's self-inflicted torture. This like run over or running through all these different scenarios in your head about how it might go out, how it might play out, how it might play out, how it might play out. That's like, who cares? Just do it. Either do it or don't. That's my logic. You either do it or you don't. You either do it or you don't. I don't got time. When you are so busy living and doing things and building and all of that, you don't have time to drag things out. You just don't. You don't have time. Everything that I choose to do is a very calculated risk. Right? And if I'm not willing to take that calculated risk, then I'm not going to do it. But I'm going to go head first into something if I'm going to do it. For example, I had a broken filling that obviously needed to be fixed, and I took forever to finally go get it fixed. And what I did, what had to happen was a massive, like antibiotic resistant, natural antibiotic resistant bacterial strain. And my whole thing was swollen. I felt the infection going up towards my eye. It was bad. And it was the worst pain I've ever had in my life. Right? I kept putting that off, putting it off until finally I was like, look, do whatever the fuck you need to do. I don't even care if you yank the tooth out. I legit don't care. They were like, no, we're going to fix it. That's how bad it was. But why did I wait that long? I don't know. Maybe it's this fear, probably because several dentists have almost killed me in the past because they don't want to listen to my allergy stuff. And it's probably this fear-based thing, but in the end, that's what harmed me the most. The waiting because of the fear. That's what caused the experience to be as bad as it was. Y'all, it was so bad that I ended up developing acute pericarditis. I could feel it. It fucked up my heart. I got a heart infection. And I didn't go to the ER. I knew that it was based off of my tooth infection that can fuck up your heart. And once I was on the appropriate antibiotics, that was resolving the tooth infection and I was getting the dental work done, I knew that I could correct that. I took the proper supplementation and everything and did everything I needed to do. So that was a calculated risk, but I knew the root causation of what caused the acute pericarditis. I knew it wasn't like suddenly I have pericarditis, my teeth are perfectly fine, and I don't know why. I know why the fuck I got pericarditis. I know why. I'm not experiencing acute heart failure. I don't have congestive heart failure. I know why, because I fucked around with my teeth and I found out. I found out. You know what I mean? Because I have a high pain tolerance. I have a very high pain tolerance, and I waited too long. I waited far too long. It was just because of that broken filling. We create our own suffering. When we allow our fear to be the very thing that causes us to suffer, that's still something we allowed. The reality is this. I'm paying the dentist. Motherfucker, if I tell you not to use any of the cane family, you cannot use any of the cane family. I don't care how hard it makes your job. You are not injecting me with any of that. And that's what it came down to. That's what it came down to. My fear that they wouldn't listen to me, because most dentists don't, about the cane family and about epinephrine. Oh, you can't possibly be allergic to epinephrine. I promise you. I promise you. I will die right here. I promise you I'm allergic. Like anaphylactic allergic. It's about understanding that your voice, your concerns, they only matter and have the gravity that you give them. So the dentist that I went to was an amazing office. I'm telling you, it was like a resort. um, and I went to them because I need dental sedation. And it's not because of anxiety, it's because I cannot be injected with that stuff. And they thought that it was dental anxiety. And I made it very clear like, no, I'm not afraid unless you're not going to listen to me. At which point you might kill me. And I'm kind of afraid, kind of afraid. You might fuck me up. I might not actually die, you know? But I made it very, very clear. I made it very, very clear. And so they didn't use any of that stuff on me. My brain did still swell. It did still swell for like a week. I was fucked up for like a week. No pain, but my brain felt swollen. So I have to figure out what other thing I'm reacting to in a dental office. The point still remains. Unless you give it the appropriate gravity, importance, weight, other people don't understand. They don't understand. Like a lot of the things that I say that are serious, it makes me uncomfortable. So I say it in a joking way, but I'm actually serious. But most people will think I'm just joking. Right? Right. Because I don't give it the gravity that it needs. Like I remember one time I got into a verbal dispute with someone while I was out. And we're going back and forth. I'm being totally sarcastic and a smart ass. And then finally got really pissed off. And I was like, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm legit gonna fuck you up. And I stopped and I was like, no, I'm serious. I'm considering it. I'm considering fucking you up. They were like, I said, yeah, you should stop talking to me already. I'm gonna go this way. You go a different way. Because if not, I'm pretty sure you're gonna catch more than the hands. I'm pretty sure you're gonna catch the elbows, the knees, and the feet. So we should really just stop talking. This is not a friendly debate anymore. This is not a, like, I don't do debates. We're either going to full on argue and then fight, or you going to leave me alone. Because I'm about to fuck you up. Like, okay, I'm serious. And then then I think that's at that point, they basically were realizing, oh, I don't think she's joking anymore. I was never joking. Because I kept telling you to be quiet already. Like, leave me alone, be quiet. Leave me alone, be quiet. They thought I was joking because I wasn't giving it the gravity that it needed. Right? I wasn't giving it the level of importance that it actually carried. So we have to be careful about the way we communicate. We have to. If you want to be taken seriously, you have to communicate in a serious manner. Knight of Swords, intellect, bravery, confidence, being action-oriented. So things are being shifted into this action-based action-based situation where someone is considering being very, very action-based. Like they're really seriously considering taking action at this point. What type of action? I don't know. I don't know. I hear means to an end. Means to an end. So someone, let's see. I want to know now. Okay. How cute. They're burning skulls. Look at that. Oh my God. How cute is she? No, it's a Russian fairy tale. Okay. Fatigue, persistence, gathering strength, wounds, resilience. Being wary and cautious, but also hopeful. So it says the Nine of Wands represents weathering the battle sent by her wicked stepmother to the door of the witch Baba Yaga. Vasilisa, the beautiful, stays resilient. She endures Baba Yaga's impossible trials. She is wary and cautious, but also hopeful. So, this is like someone who's been through so many trials and tribulations. They're remaining hopeful and they're really allowing themselves to exit out of whatever it was that they were going through. And I assume they were going through something very, very intense. Hmm. It's like a very intense feeling. Knight of Wands. Adventure, passion, a rebel, a flirt, a hot temper. So they're flirting with disaster. Yeah. So adventure, passion, a rebel, a flirt, a hot temper. Um yeah, she's standing there like skulls aren't burning above her head. So look at this. Riding the goat, right? Is that a goat? Is that like a billy goat? Oh, that's a wooden spoon. You need me to get the spoon? Is that what it is? Shit. Have you ever been spanked with a wooden spoon? Those wooden, like, baking spoons? You know, when you make baking stuff? Those are, like, the best because they have a resilience to them. They, like, snap back or, like, let me stop. Okay, I don't know. Someone is coming towards you. Someone is coming towards you. I think they're gonna rebel against whatever their environment is telling them. I think someone in their environment or their entire environment is telling them to not contact you, to not have anything to do with you, that it's a bad idea. And I think the fact that people are telling them not to is the very thing that is causing them to want to. See how y'all know? Let me stop. Like a wooden spoon. Where'd you get spanked with? Where did you get spanked with that spoon? The bottom or the hands? What's worse? A hot bottom or hot hands? Yeah, a wooden spoon spank. Which one is worse? Yeah, she's holding a wooden spoon. Like, girl's not fucking around. She got a spoon. She'll beat you with her spoon. I'm saying that looks like a serving spoon, not just a stirring spoon. I'm just saying. And then I remember someone was like, I forgot who it is now. They were like, "You should use one of those slotted wooden spoons." I'm like, "Slotted? The ones with a hole in it?" And they're like, "Yeah, there's less wind resistance." What the fuck are you trying to do? Hands are worse, huh? Oh my gosh. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Mm, okay. Let's go ahead. Oh, a rabbit with a string, like the red string of fate. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my god, what the hell is this? Man, that's graphic. Oh fuck, that's graphic. That's graphic as fuck. I swear to God. Oh shit. So 10 of swords in reverse. Look at this. I mean, what the fuck happened here? Surviving disaster, recovery, regeneration, the inevitable. Oh my god. The inevitable. Inevitable. It's inevitable. I think for those that this is going to resonate with, this is a soul-based type thing, and this is quite possibly a Paladorian contract. And with Paladorian contracts, trust me, I've tried. You cannot renegotiate that. You cannot add addendums. You cannot delete lines. You cannot adjust, modify. You cannot even apply for a modification of a Paladorian contract. These are the types of contracts that are written at or above a Rishik level. There's a bug. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. There's a bug. I'm a child of God. I don't fucking like bugs. And if you're going to tell me that, oh, they're just living beings too, you should take it out. No, we're not taking it outside. We're fighting right here. I'm going to kill it right here. Yeah, no, I really truly believe that because I'm the way that I am, when a bug enters a house, that's their karmic load. I am their karma. That's probably someone who did something really, really horrible in a previous life. And so they reincarnated as a bug and were sent to my house. Sorry. I'm just saying. I don't rescue shit like that. No. Mosquitoes? No. Motherfucker, you dying. You come in this house, you're dying. That's your karma. I'm just saying. Oh, what if that was you? Well, then I would be dead. That's what would happen. What if you were the bug and you went into the house? I mean, you're afraid. Yeah, I'd be afraid because I would know this bitch is gonna kill me. That's why I would be afraid. Don't come in this house. We don't play like that here. I'm just saying. We don't play like that here. I'm compassionate when it matters. I'm compassionate when it matters. Just the fuck out of here with that shit. I'm not saving no bugs. Jumping spiders are kind of cute, though. Not cute enough for me to save, but cute enough for me to be like, oh my God, how cute in the video. Not in real life. Not in real life. I don't have compassion like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's see. Now that we got that out of the way. Now that we got that, I can't even do raid. Girl, I will die with raid. That's a biocide. I will literally, my lungs will close up and I will die. That's not my karma. No raid, no commercial cleaners, no none of that. We just have, Castile soap, water, and that's it. Okay. Bugs often have a coating that prevents water from entering into their, what is it called? Spiracles? No. They're like little holes that serve as breathing holes in their abdominal cavity. And what happens is when you take, say, something like Dawn, which is not a healthy soap, triclosan, I'm just saying. But when you take something like Dawn that effectively dissolves that that waxy substance that keeps them safe in water, because they don't drown right away. They'll drown immediately. This is why Dawn is so effective as a flea killer. You just put your animal in a bucket of soapy Dawn water, and the fleas die on contact. They drown immediately. They drown. So I'm just saying, you're welcome. There you go. You don't need that biocide. Anywho, Queen of Cups in reverse. Immaturity, selfishness, smothering, sulking, spite. Motherfuckers, are you talking about me? Can't be. Can't be. Okay. Excuse me. I don't know. I feel like this is about whoever this person is dealing with. This is their relationship that just ended. Immaturity, selfishness, smothering, sulking, and spite. Some people play it off like they just love you and want to take care of you, but in reality, they're smothering you. I don't like that shit. I just don't. I don't like that stuff. at all. I don't like when people smother me. I don't like when people try and feign like they just care, when in actuality, all they want is ownership of you. No, knock it off. That's the fastest way to make me leave your life. I'm not joking. That's the fastest way to make me leave your life. When you try and mother me while I'm in an orphan stage. I like being an orphan sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, not everyone needs to be mothered all the time. And for some people, mothering others has a lot more to do with them trying to force upon you their will. They're trying to impress upon you what they want. And it's this thing of like, but I do so much for you. You can't even do this for me. That's manipulative. I've given you so much. You can't even blah, blah, blah. I'm totally the person where it's like, don't ever give me anything or help me in any way if you are later going to point out what you did for me. Mm-mm. I'm totally not that one. Like, no. I would rather suffer and struggle and do it on my own than accept the help from someone who will forever hold over my head that they did something for me. Like, mm-mm. And that's not to say that if you never bring it up, that I'm not going to be grateful. Because when people do things for me, I'm literally grateful for the rest of my life. Like, I will always have that gratitude. I will always feel that, like, when I needed someone the most, like, it was you. And if you ever need anything, if I can do it, I'm going to do it. If I can't, I'll find a way. I will find a way. I will always have gratitude for you. You don't even like, it's just, that's always going to be in my heart. I still remember the things that people have. I don't let people do things for me very often. I just don't, because of that. So the times where people have done things for me, um, I remember that. I really truly remember that. And I feel like it's only appropriate for me to always have gratitude for that, for what you did for me, you know? So this feels like it's someone who does that, where if they do something for you, they keep track of what they do for you so they can later throw it in your face what they did for you. So now it's basically they own you. Like, they own you. I cannot be owned. I can't. I cannot be owned. So, Page of Cups, youthfulness, idealism, sensitivity, romance, and spirituality. This is probably someone that's younger than you. Mm-hmm. Walking with a white rabbit in the red string of destiny. That red string of destiny. So, there's this Japanese folklore where all the souls that you are supposed to um, all the souls that you're supposed to connect with, you guys are connected by a red string of fate. And that's to ensure that your paths will cross at some point in this life. Oh, okay. That's apparently Filipino mythology. Bakunawa and the Seven Moons. The Page of Cups is connected to his emotions and expresses himself wholly with youthful purity. In this card, one of the seven young moon siblings plays with Tuer Shen, the Chinese god of same sex relationships, who ties the red thread of fate that connects lovers. So, oh shit, I should have read that. It is a red string of fate that connects lovers. So, this is someone that's going to be romantic with you. Their intention is not to be a friend. Their intention is to win you over in a romantic way. So, All right. 6 of coins in reverse. Abuse of power, scams, extortion, gullibility, greed. This is what they're leaving. This is what they've come from. Excuse me. This is what they've come from. The 6 of coins represents kindness and generosity to those less fortunate. The old, the old woman from is there a bug? Now I don't know if there's a bug or if I'm tripping. Oh my gosh. The old woman from this Inuit tale understands the need to put positivity into the world in order to receive it back. The pay it forward methodology of karma. So in reverse, this is someone receiving their karma. I feel like this ties in to this Queen of Cups, right? It feels like this is the same person, and you're being compared to that. You are not that person. You are so far removed from that type of just fuckery. That's a horrible person. That's a horrible person. I have no appreciation for people like that. None. Seriously. All right. The Chariot in reverse. A lack of direction, floundering, stagnation, and willfulness. So they don't know how to approach. They don't know what to do. Lack of direction, willfulness, just a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Let me set this aside before I start putting things away. All right. Water flight. Heaviness lifts. Burdens are cast away. Weightlessness. So this is someone who lives in the depths, okay? This is a very deep individual. They are someone who is maybe confined to the shallows. It's almost a sense of they can't find another person that could match the depth at which they exist. And I think that's why you left such a lasting impression, like you live there too, at that depth, below the bathypelagic zone, right? That's beneath, that's so deep, the sun does not get through anymore. That's just a darkness, a shadowy existence, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. And I think that they saw this in you, and it caused them to further appreciate you, to further I heard to further long for for connectivity. Part of the reason they want that connectivity with you is because they have a hard time connecting with other people, and they see that you probably do as well. That there's just so much similarity. There is so much that is the same between the two of you. Transparency, honest, authentic, genuine, and present, but it's in reverse. So this is kind of telling me that one or two of you or both of you have this fear of transparency, of allowing others to know, hear, see, feel where it is that you are within your journey. Like what you're going through, your thoughts, your desires. I think for whoever this is referencing, you kind of suck at being opaque. People can see through. Sorry. People can see through. They can tell that you're struggling so heavily. They can tell exactly what it is you want. Like you're not hiding it from anyone. The only one you're successfully hiding it from is yourself. But everyone else knows. They all know. Sorry. Beauty, grace, loveliness, integrity of form and spirit. It's the sense that someone sees you in this way, right? That you have grace, loveliness, integrity of form and spirit. They love your integrity. They love the fact that you have a depth of loyalty to the people you love. You have characteristics that are hard to find in this day and age. There's something about you that is so modern yet archaic all at the same time. It creates a sense of conundrum, like the juxtaposition of all your parts presents you as a totality rather than a fractionated thing, you know? They see you and they see the whole thing. They see that you understand at a depth most people won't. It's just one of those things, you know? Oh, how sad. So that was the thing. They were aware of this? I guess they had walked away from you or you walked away from them. I don't know. There was some type of separation that occurred. They were aware of this, and that was the reason why it was so hard for the separation to separate, because they were aware that they would probably never come across another person like you. And and they've tried. They've tried to find someone who is even a watered down replica of you, and it didn't work. It didn't work because you're irreplaceable. Yeah, I mean, that's obnoxious to think that you could replace someone. If you feel that way, why would you ever let them leave? Why wouldn't you be willing to have the difficult conversations that it takes for them to choose to stay around? Like, I don't see myself just, you know, easily and readily walking away from my husband. I will never find another man like him, and I don't want to. I want to invest all of my time, effort, every part of me that's capable of loving is invested in cultivating something with him. Like, I don't know that I could just allow my attitude, my ego to get me to walk away like that, right? Um, yeah. I mean, it was a major miscalculation. Major miscalculation if you thought that you could easily walk away from someone that left that type of emptiness within you, thinking that you could just replace that. You couldn't, could you? You couldn't, and you found it the hard way. Oh, it says, don't miss out. Your new challenges are here. Don't miss out. Yep. They're experiencing this challenge because of the fact that they chose to challenge themselves in this way. No, you're not obligated to circle back around and rehash this. You are not. You are not. You don't have to do anything. You can if you want. If your soul commands you to, then yeah, I guess. But you're not obligated on some human level to remain connected and to force yourself to redo something that, if it hurts you that deeply, I don't know. My thing is this: it is extremely difficult to hurt my feelings because I really just, I don't allow myself to give that depth of gravity to people's words and presence in my life. It's a protective, it's a trauma response, right? I don't allow myself to do that. So when I do, then that's a really special person. That is a really, really special person to me. If you can affect me in that way, that means you've gotten past that outer barrier. And if that's the case, I don't know that I'd be so willing to just let go. I don't know that I would be so willing to, you know? Like, but at the same time, I don't know that I would be so willing to stick around if it's not reciprocated, if it's unrequited. Eh, I don't know. I don't know that I have it in me to play myself like that, to try and force myself upon you when you've been so clear that you don't want me around. It's a conundrum. It is. Like, how do you navigate that as someone who's trying to connect with a person that functions that way? How do you do that? I don't know. So when you do, that means you're very special to me. Very, very special to me. And that counts for a lot. A lot. I don't know. I don't know how you're supposed to navigate through this period. Feels like this is someone who understands the gravity of what's happening and okay, I guess. Um, Michael says, "Who said it ever ended?" Well, maybe there was just a period of silence and there was never really a definitive end to something. I mean, I don't know. I don't know your situation personally. So, and this is a general reading. You're going to have to figure out, did it actually end, or has this been something that's been ongoing for, all of these months, years, decades? I don't know. I don't know how long it's been. And it's just something that really was left unresolved, something that was kind of just left there. And I have this visual of like a loaf of bread being left on the table uncovered and it becomes stale. And I'm like, who the hell wants stale bread? And then Michael says, even stale bread has its time. Stale bread is amazing for soup. Have you been simmering in your own juices? Have you been allowing yourself to continue to boil in all the richness from that bone marrow is leaching into the soup, right? Have you been boiling this entire time? And it's not this rapid boil, it's a slow rolling boil. And it's caused the aromas to waft around in the kitchen, right? You have no noodles. All you have is this beef broth, this bone broth that is so nutritious and it is so healthy for your digestive tract. If you have any type of leaky gut, bone broth, you got to. Bone broth and gelatin. That'll help you so much. So bone broth is not something that you can boil in an hour. That takes like fucking hours upon hours upon hours of just boiling and boiling and boiling. And maybe this is the perfect analogy for you, right? Maybe this is the perfect analogy. Maybe you've included those root veggies and starchy type veggies that will help to fill your belly, but it's just not quite the same without that bread, without, because really, what are crackers? Basically like a stale bread, baked to the point where it's intentionally crispy, crunchy, like stale bread. And maybe that's what this is. Bread that's allowed to become stale in order for it to accompany that bone broth you've been making. You've been boiling over this for quite some time. That's the sense that I got. I mean, this reading has been going on for fucking, like, how many years at this point? Yeah, no, it's been going on for quite some time. So you've been boiling, you've been stewing in your own juices, and, you know, maybe it's time for the stew to be done. Because after some point, you've already extracted all of the minerals and nutrients from that marrow, from that bone matrix. And continuing to boil it is really pointless. Or have you reached that point? Are you ready to be the pho? Right? The magic of the Kohelen Druith. Caution, secrecy, and wary. Okay. So I see the lotus, and it's almost like the sense of they see you as something that is just too good to be true, right? Um, Something that maintains its beauty even in the murky waters. And that's something that's very admirable to them. But they're having to use caution and secrecy. They don't want, I think, they don't want you to know yet that this is how they regard you because they're wary of how you'll receive it. I think it's stupid. I mean, how long do you have to be wary? How long do you have to be wary and um, delay your approach? Did we not talk about at the beginning of this the improper timing? Like you're dragging your feet for what? It's not because you're wary, it's because you're afraid. It's because you're currently lacking the courage to do what you've been trying to do for however long these readings have been going on. So, I mean, like I said, make a decision and stick with it. Make a decision and stick with it. If you're willing to walk away from this and you're willing to create the opportunity for someone else to take your spot in this person's life, then just leave it alone, right? Just leave it alone. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It just feels like too many excuses, and I that's one of the things that, like, irks me when people have all of these excuses as to why not, when they're trying to accomplish something. It's like, I don't wanna hear why not. I don't wanna hear what you can't do. I don't wanna keep hearing what the problem is. I wanna hear what the solutions and the feasibility of those solutions are. Right, Ben. Hi, Ben. Ben is a total wise soul, he says. If they delay too long, they might miss a connecting flight. Continue standing there and thinking about what you need to do. So um, I've lived in places where there's no direct flight to California for some reason. It's weird. And I would need to take flights from regional airports. There's much smaller airports. They're not the international ones, right? So I always have a connecting flight. We go from like the smaller planes that fit maybe 20 people to a connecting flight where it takes you to the jumbo jet, which then drops me off at the international airport in California. And like I'm always looking for the shortest flight. But here's the thing: when you look for the shortest flight, you got to book it through the fucking airport. You got to haul ass. You got to fucking run. Because wherever those smaller like charter planes go, it's like completely on the other side of the airport than the jumbo jets that will take you to where you need to go. So that's the thing. I remember one time I thought I had an hour, right? Totally didn't realize. So I'm looking at my watch, like, I got an hour. I'd make it there in time. I didn't realize that I had crossed a fucking time zone. And so I didn't have an hour. I had like 20 minutes. 20 minutes. And I didn't want to talk to anyone at the airport. So I didn't want to ask which way to go. I couldn't find my glasses. So I was like, okay, I right. No, I'll make a left. I made a left and went all the way down. It took me to a fucking dead end. And I was like, oh no. Yeah. Yeah. And then I had the notifications set so that it would text me. And it was like, um, boarding is about to conclude for your flight. No. I had to take off running to make it to a completely different fucking terminal. I was running and I was wearing snow boots that go up to my calves because it was snowing. Yeah. Okay. I was running. I didn't even have my luggage, didn't have wheels. It was one of those times where like I had to get to California like right then and there. It was an emergency. And so I literally took the next flight, which was like I had 45 minutes to get to the airport. So the whole thing was me running. I thought I had an hour. I didn't. I almost missed that flight. I almost missed that flight. I had to put my duffel bag. Luckily, my duffel bag fits. My carry-on duffel bag fits me like a backpack. I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta go. I gotta go." Yeah, and I am so lucky that I didn't miss that flight. Like I had to run to the terminal where they had the regional they had the charter planes and the workers were standing out. They were standing in the hallway like watching. I was like, "Wait." I was running. Wait, I'm here. Right? And you know, the planes are so small. They don't have that like hallway that connects to the plane itself. No. You have to go onto the actual tarmac and then you have to go up the steps, the the steel steps that they, slide against the plane. And as I'm running up those steps and I'm just exhausted and it takes you right past the pilot's window. And the pilot was like, I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Like really understand the time frames that you are working with. Feels like there's time running out. It feels like time is running out. I don't know why I say that. But it feels like time is running out. And if you're gonna play that game with yourself where no, I'll just wait, it's not yet the right time, you're gonna fuck yourself over. That's your choice. That's your choice. And yes, that's a harsh thing to say, but it's like I really can't coddle this type of mentality. I can't. I've never been able to coddle this type of mentality where it's like you're going to focus on all these excuses as to why you might fail, yet failing to realize it's you focusing on those excuses that are ensuring your failure. I'm good off that. Like, do something or don't. Don't waste your time. Do something or don't. But decide now. Decide now. Make it a conscious decision. The mirror. Know thyself, self examination, seeing who you really are. But it's in reverse. It's like you're seeing what is there a bug in the room? It's like you're seeing yourself upside down. You're not seeing the truth of what you're trying to do and the potentiality for success, for progress. So my like giving me this concept of Michael is giving me this concept of someone's thoughts being like, well, I mean, I don't want to do anything to make me lose them. You know what I mean? For me to not have this opportunity with them, I don't want to mess it up. But here's the thing, if you don't do anything and they carry forward without you, you're going to be without them. Right? So isn't that lack of action really the very thing that is ensuring that you are forced to live without them? You know? It's one of those things. It's one of those things. So let me pull out 4 cards from this deck and I'm done. Ooh, nurture all you love. Okay. If you really are that massively like in love with the person, you have to nurture that connection. You can't leave it unattended and expect it to continue to thrive. When you've placed a plant in a pot, it is not the same as the pot, as the plant being placed out in nature, where nature could lovingly take care of that for you. Where there will be days where it rains and that plant will have what it needs. There will be sunshine. When you keep that plant in a pot with grow lights and you have to set the humidifier and all of this and all of that, without your attending to it, that plant's going to wither and die. It's going to wither and die. And that's on you. I remember like one of my twins is a grower, right? So one of my twins grows and he actually helped to cultivate the what's it called? Like the chem dog strain or whatever. It's like some big strain. He helped with the hybridization of that. And he has everything like super dialed in. And one time he fell asleep and everything is just completely it's like all this technical stuff. He fell asleep, all the plants died. All the plants died. Why? Well, because he had gotten them accustomed to such a regime, that regimen, not regime, regimen that, they couldn't tolerate whatever it was that failed. You like chem dog? My twinnie did that. What an accomplished motherfucker. It's, no, he that's his like really good friend and he helped with the strain and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it was something with like the carbon levels in the room or something. I don't remember. I was just like, oh, that sucks. That sucks. Okay. Embrace the feminine, but it's in reverse. Oh my God, is she pregnant with an egg? In reverse, they're afraid. They're afraid of that. They're afraid, and just, I don't know what's going on with the screen, guys. See the truth. In reverse, they're not able or willing to see the truth of what it is that's going on. Again, it's that fear. Be without malice. They don't have any malicious intent. Okay. They don't have any malicious intent. It's not their intention to be hurtful or harmful or disrespectful. They're trying to figure out their way and their path through this. They don't want to be disruptive. They don't want to be disrespectful. But they really, really do need to have some type of interaction with you for whatever reason. I don't know what it is either. I wonder if the person, okay, Moonrock says, I wonder if the person you're reading for has depression because the lack of wanting to take action is weird. I think so. I think they have depression. I think they have a lot of like emotional instability. And I don't mean that in a like negative, derogatory manner. Just a lot of fluctuations. And I think that's part of why your presence is craved to that degree, because it creates a bravery for them. They feel braver with you around. And it also helps to mitigate some of that depressive nature. Miss Melissa says it's probably fear. And they're also afraid. You know, all of these different factors coming together and creating like the perfect storm for paralysis. Their fear and their emotional state has paralyzed them. And I mean, I don't know. You know, it's one thing to encourage someone and encourage someone. It's another thing for someone to expect your encouragement to be the equivalent of you carrying them on your back. Excuse me. Like, I'm not willing to do that. Because first off, most people are bigger than me. So, you know, me carrying you on my back is like your knuckles and toes are going to be dragging. I'm just saying. You know, and plus, like, who wants to babysit another grown human? You know? Who wants to be a babysitter? Don't you want someone who, even though they're afraid, they have the courage to do what needs to be done, to address life, to face life? I want an equal. I don't want someone who is like so desperate to have me in their life so I can be their mom. I already have kids. I will do that for my kids. I will do that for my sons. I will not do that for a grown ass man. No. You know? No. That's just no. I don't feel like I should have to do that. I feel like a lot of this reading has to do with maybe both parties having a better idea of what to expect from each other. Paladorian contract or not. I mean, if in that Paladorian contract, I'm supposed to be your mother, I would have birthed you. I'm just saying. I have Paladorian contracts with my children. I gave birth to them. Okay. So that's just one of those things. You have to allow yourself to see the gravity of what this is. Is this an opportunity to empower someone, or is your presence going to enable their sense of disempowerment? And I will never allow myself to be in situations willingly where my presence serves as a way to empower your disempowerment. No. Moonrock says, I think they will need to really be done with their situation to take action. Probably, whatever their situation is, probably. Miss Melissa says, there comes a point where you have to just say, F it. Whatever happens, happens, but you have an answer. And you can walk forward, come what may. That's what I'm talking about. Amen to that. Amen, girlfriend. Amen to that. That's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't you at least rather know that they really don't want you in their life so you can move forward and just really, you're probably never going to stop thinking about it, but at least you have your answer, rather than like years upon years upon years of your life. Like, I don't know. I think they feel the same way about me, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they'll like reject me or embrace me. Like, just fucking make a decision. Stick with it. Try something or completely leave it alone. You know what I mean? It's this holding pattern that just drives me nuts. Like, that's Ocean Lover says, you don't have to at all be perfect. You don't have to be completely fear-proof. But if I feel like I can't trust you to be there, even for your own life, peace go on, peace go with you. Yeah. Yeah. You know, sometimes I like to wear my hats like this because it makes me feel dwarfish, and I pull it down to emphasize. I like it. I like the aesthetics of it. Miss Melissa says, what's the difference from right now being all in your head? They want you to, or they don't, nothing really changed, but the speak in your mind to yourself. Yes. Yes. Ow. It's all about perception, you know? And I think your perception or their perception is the very thing that's torturing them. Maybe they're masochistic. Maybe they like that. I don't know. I don't like that kind of stuff. I really, really don't. I really, really don't. So I haven't had very many boyfriends in life simply because it's like, if you are, in that type of mindset, we're like, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm good. You don't know what you want. I'm good. Bye. Yeah. Part of the reason why my husband stuck out so much in my head, like right from the start, he was very, very clear. He was very, very clear. I remember the very first time that we went out, like literally that same night that he asked for my number, this mofo texts me or calls me. I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes afterwards. I thought he wasn't going to text or call for a few days or whatever. But no, he immediately contacts me and then he asked me if I want to go out that night. I'm like, sure. I got off work like 10. And he's like, that's fine. I'll pick you up. And I was like, okay. And first and foremost, that stuck out. And I distinctly remember he picked me up and we were driving on the freeway. He's driving. He's like high out his mind, driving. And this motherfucker is staring at me like this while driving. And I'm just like staring out the window because like I could feel him staring at me and he's just staring at me. And then finally I was like, after like a few miles, I was like, can you look at the road? I don't want to crash with you. I want to be able to go home because I have work tomorrow. So can you stop staring at me? Can you like look at the road? And he wouldn't stop staring at me. He was very, very clear about that, he knows what he wants. I'm what he wants. And that stuck out. That really, really stuck out. There was no questioning at all. There was no questioning at all. There's never been any question about what he wants this entire time, like 20 something years. Never been any doubt in my mind what he wants, who he wants. Okay. I mean, yo, you got to stop playing this game of like trying to be nonchalant and aloof and like it doesn't. Okay, for a woman like me, you want to play nonchalant? I don't give a fuck too. Doodles. And that's it. That's it. So don't play games. Make clear what you want and take the action that you need to take. I got to get ready for class. I got to go. I'm done with this reading. I'm done with this reading. I'm done with the bugs. I'm done talking. I got class. So I'll see you guys. I'm not going to go live later today because yesterday I was live for 6 hours. I'm old. I'm not old. I'm not old, but I'm tired. I want to take a nap. I want to preserve myself. So I'm not going to go live later. But yeah, you guys figure out what you want and go after it. Go after it. And if it doesn't pan out, it doesn't pan out, but at least it's done. You have your solid answer. You have your knowing. And I think that's worth a lot. The knowing that, you're done with whatever you're done with. Okay? So, please give this video a thumbs up. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I gotta go. Bye, everyone. I don't know what that is. What the fuck is that? Is it a bug? Is it a fairy? My fairy people, don't be fucking with me today. I'm on edge. Bye, guys. Give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on your notification bell. Join me while I'm live. If you're watching me on Facebook, share